Hey guys, what is going on? I had something to share. I've seen a few people talk about this and I actually confirmed it for myself. So, investigators uh, from New York were contacting clients of trial attorney Tony Buzbee. Let's put trial attorney because it feels like people are just looking at him like he's just some regular dude. Like he's not to be played with. And I think we'll talk about that a little bit more. But there's been investigators contacting his clients, and Buzbee released this post on his Instagram, just a teaser to let folks know and to back up what he said in response to Jay-Z the other day. He put on his Instagram and Twitter that people have been trying to harass his employees, former clients, and what have you. And we have these folks on tape. These are the people. One of these guys is actually a part of the duo that was reaching out to influencers here a couple of weeks ago. And I know one of the influencers, Samson. Samson is in my peer group, and I actually sent this to Samson and said, isn't this one of the guys that was at your house? And he said yes. And he also posted that an article on his Instagram as well, just confirming that Samson had a whole conversation with one of these guys. But I just wanted to show you what Tony was talking about. So Tony says this. He says, investigators from New York have contacted many of our law firm's current and former clients. These investigators aren't very smart. I agree. He says what they didn't anticipate was one of the clients decided to record the conversation. It's shocking and illegal. Here is a portion taken directly from the transcript of the contact. I'm playing around with this stuff. It's so much fun. Okay, so the investigator says, in a couple of days or maybe by next week, anyone Googling Buzbee and his company, his practice, are going to look into litigation, okay? What? In a couple of days, maybe by next week, anyone Googling Buzbee and his company, his practice, are going into litigation. If you don't shut the heck up, what we're trying to do is we are trying to put this thing together for the company that we're working for. We could get you paid. You could get money right soon, you know? We gave this kid $1,000 to start yesterday just to get him on the right path. What the hell? Is this like, this is crazy. At the end of the day, this is going to go through the courts. Buzbee is getting sued. Buzbee is a trial attorney. He lives in courtrooms. These guys are on tape. He says, this is Buzbee. These guys are on tape offering to pay my firm's clients to sue our law firm. And that is a crime. That is an absolute freaking crime. Like that. How do you not know that? Like, who are these people? These people are silly. So this is the conversation they had with Samson a couple weeks ago.
So you guys are private investigators who have come to my private home asking about influencers?
Correct.
This is very uncomfortable, you guys.
I don't know why. I'll explain.
No, you're at my home.
Okay, so you don't want to talk to us then?
Have I broken some law?
Absolutely not.
And you have the thin blue, this is frightening. I think, can you guys step away from my home?
Well, we're in a public street, so the answer is no. But I'm really not trying to give you a hard time.
Why are you here? What do you mean? You're showing up at my
We're
house.
very nice and respectful, and we will be. I just have two quick questions for you, and if you want to be interested in it, great. If not, I'll have a nice day. We're not...
What is this? This is odd.
So...
You have to admit this is very weird.
It always is, and people always ask us the same questions. I'm happy to explain to you. So
What?
very simply, we were just hired to speak to a few people that do, have a lot of followers and stuff like that on different platforms.
What is this about the Diddy stuff I report on?
Somewhat, yes. Wow.
Wow.
Not necessarily doing stuff, but people are involved in just stuff like that. So basically, a very simple question is are you paid to influence that's stories like that in any direction?
No, not at all.
That's all we wanted to know. Because if the company is, they're looking into people who are.
Are you guys going to pay me for this visit? Like, this is frightening.
So,
like, I'm super. You have to admit, if I came to your house and, like, I thought this was a joke. I thought I have a friend coming over business right now. Like, this is extremely weird for me. I have 100,000 followers. I'm not making any money.
That's one of the reasons why we're here, and that's the question that we're asking. If someone contacts you, say, in the last 6 months and is paying you to influence in a certain way.
No.
Either one way.
Is it illegal if somebody would have?
So the answer is no.
Okay, I wish somebody would have. I'd love to be making real money off this.
Let me talk for 2 seconds. I'll explain to me. Try to make you feel better.
I mean, this is terrifying.
Very simply, if somebody was paying you,
right?
The company we work for, just asking that question,
right?
If somebody was, they would just be willing to possibly offer you money to know who and see what's going on.
Well, they're paying me $1 million. Will you guys give me $2 million? I'm joking, but seriously, this is very odd. You guys came to my house. It makes me feel slightly good that maybe I'm getting some notoriety for this, but this is crazy.
So again, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So apparently there's tons of things influencing going around.
Okay.
A huge percentage of it is all bots, not real.
Interesting. No, I'm real. Anything I report on about Diddy is coming from what other influencers, what news articles, and I'm a comedian. I put my spin on it, but nobody is paying me to do that.
And I've seen it and I like it.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's very simple that if it was the fact that somebody was paying you.
Right.
People who were getting some negative, talk,
would be interested in
finding that out and possibly going action either against that person,
right?
Or
am I at any danger for doing this?
Zero. The only time you would ever have any liability is if you said, "I know for a fact this person raped it."
No, yeah, no. All of I'm satire. I'm a comedian.
And you know, say allegedly.
I always say, wow. I'm shocked that this is. I've never had fans come visit me. I'm just filming you guys because this freaked me out.
I'll tell you why. Because everything you do is real. And so many things are just bots.
Right.
So we got a list of about 15 people.
Interesting.
That only post themselves.
Wow.
And we're just trying to find out if people are paying for the story to be
pushed. Got it.
Listen, everybody talks about it.
Okay.
I'm not an influencer whatsoever.
Right.
Guess what? Me and my friends talk about it once in a while.
Right.
Oh, you got
right. And I understand. I'm not looking to spread misinformation. And TikTok docks you very quickly. I've had videos that are like, oh, that sounds threatening or this and that, but. Well, can I get your guys' information just so if I have something that comes up, I can contact you guys?
So to be honest,
no,
we can't give out our company because they don't want to be linked to anybody.
Got it.
My name is Robert James.
Okay, Robert.
I'm Peter Deegan.
Okay, cool. This is crazy.
Agreed. And again, we were going to sit out here.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's my cat Crunchy. I hope my wife is impressed. I mean, I just hope I'm trying to be a successful comedian. I would love, but it is freaky that you guys come to my back door. This is kind of crazy.
I don't know where the front door is.
I mean, I know, but even my house, even though you guys are able to just find me, is crazy. I mean, I guess it's not.
Well, just Google anybody's name.
I guess I just didn't expect anybody was looking for me at all. So.
No, that's all. So
okay.
So apparently you're doing something right because you're getting at least.
Yeah, because you guys are visiting me. I wish you were two hot ladies visiting me. No, you guys are pretty yourselves.
I apologize.
Okay, well, thank you guys very much for. Is that it?
No, that's all.
All right.
If you're like so and so's paying me.
Oh, right.
Money, we can talk.
No, and I'm also too. I'm a truth seeker, so I couldn't be paid off to have somebody having me. You know, it depends how much money, I guess, my wife, would,
be honest,
yeah.
The last few we've talked to, everybody's just doing what they want. They do it because they love it.
They enjoy it. And honestly, it's getting people to pay attention. So on TikTok, if people are paying attention, if I'm doing I did a no Diddy music video. Nobody cared about that. But if I get on and talk about something.
I understand, you're not bad.
Hey, thank you. Yeah.
Wants this jelly
yeah, thank you.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Well, okay. I appreciate you guys coming by. This is odd, but maybe I'm on to something.
Again,
okay.
If you are getting paid, then maybe
we just want to know by who, and if it was
interesting.
Our client,
interesting.
They would look to pay for you.
Okay.
That's all.
Interesting. Well, contact me again if there's some real money to be made because I need to make it. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. This is crazy. Take care. No, it's okay. It's okay. So you guys are private investigators who have come.
So yeah, at least one of the people that visited Tony Buzbee's former client is in that video. And so I put them side by side so you can see that. And just to let folks know who are just signing on that they tried to offer this former client money to sue him. And you guys are you would think that this is a top-notch sort of operation, right? Like, think about Mission Impossible and all, all these, like shows we watch where there's espionage and higher level deceit. Why would you show up as you? Like, we see you. We see you. Like, and then here's my thing. Like, when someone pulls the camera out, like, you don't think to cover your face. Who are these people? Like, is it that easy? Perhaps we're putting too much on it. Is it that easy to corrupt people where like the same person can just come and say, hey, we'll offer you money and not have to worry about them being exposed? Like, Tony Buzbee is not an ambulance chaser. He's not the guy you're riding down the street and you're looking at billboards. Like, this guy is a trial attorney. He was just appointed, I think, to work on some corporate cases, to take some, I have to look that up because I don't have it on top of my head. But like, this is not his bag. His bag is not chasing rappers and, trying to avenge their dirty deeds. This is not his only job. I don't know. I just think it's so bizarre how, and maybe it's just from these guys' vantage point where they have been able to get away with so much that they feel like, oh, we have control over everything. People are going to let us do what we want to do. But you showed up as you, trying to bribe people. And said your name. You said your whole name. You came with the same, you didn't even wear a hat. You didn't, all three of y'all, like, who are y'all? It's that easy. Where you got to show up as you with your Sears coat on and your turtleneck. And you're like, yeah, in a couple weeks, anyone that's Googling Buzbee and his company are going into litigation. That's not possible. We're all Googling Buzbee right now. Are we all going to get subpoenaed? No, we're not. Why? These people are not very smart. What is this? It's super illegal. What they did to Samson was a police matter too. I don't know what kind of laws it could be, but you just because you have someone's address doesn't mean you can go to their house and demand to know things. Samson is a sweet guy and he's a funny guy obviously too. But he doesn't owe anybody any explanation. And the way that they demanded his attention and kept asking questions over and over again, and when he told them to step away from his property and the guy was like, simple answer, no. Nigga. I'm just like, what the fuck? What? Do you not understand? Like, my response to somebody at my door telling me they're not going to leave until I answer a question, you will die wanting to know the answer. You will die. You will die wondering what my answer is. I don't have to answer you. It's none of your business what I do. Nobody showed no business cards. Nobody showed any sort of the company. Like, these people are wild to me. And I guess highly dangerous. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're so brazen because they know they're going to get away with it. Like, who's going to check me, boo? These senior citizens are traveling all over the country trying to find people to bribe, saying they gave somebody $1,000. You on here says we gave this kid $1,000 to start yesterday just to get him on the right path. $1,000? Who took $1,000 from these people? What are you doing? $1,000? You could literally drive Uber for a few days and get $1,000. Why would you sell your soul? Why would you sell your soul for that? I just don't even understand. It's kind of embarrassing. And he said, these guys are on tape. He has full on video. I'm sure he has more than one. So I guess The whole thing is this: if anybody approaches you, be ready to record your conversation. That's the name of the game, because it's your word against theirs. But be ready to record. Whether you grab audio, video is probably best. But if you, especially if you're an influencer and you talk about this sort of thing, and I know it's like, Cecily, really? Trust me, people be watching these videos. You definitely need to protect yourself. It might even be a good note for anybody that's just dealing with anything that might be salacious. Even if you have your own court case or something going on, dissolution of marriage, who knows, anything like. Oh, and I love that Apple has this new feature. If you did the update that you can record phone calls, and yes, it. Do you? What is it when the companies say to you? When they acknowledge that this call is being recorded, yes, it is. It sure is. It's being recorded on my end too. But I got a copy. You got a copy. People need to start taking control over their own everything. Like, I'm not relying on you to be. You never rely on anybody else to be good and to look out for you. You got to do it for yourself. I was looking at this Forbes article, and Forbes was breaking down. Forbes must have a relationship with Jay-Z, because they broke down his response and they were very favorable. And I've seen so many attorneys like literally condemn Jay-Z for the way that he responded. Just so you know, I haven't said that he did anything or not. I'm not accusing him of that. It's just I'm really just more so interested in the strategy around everything. So this isn't an anti-Jay-Z video. It's not an anti-Diddy video. I am talking crap about these dudes though. So this is what they say. They said that Jay-Z's PR strategy was bold, fiery, and calculated. They said that it was a no-nonsense denial. They said that he didn't mince words. He was direct and uncompromising. He called this whole thing a blackmail attempt, and it wasn't passive. They said that he had confidence and he defended himself and he met that goal. That he went directly for Tony Buzbee, taking the aim at his ego. This is actually something I said as well. Targeted his profession, dismissed his reputation. Even went after the military service with a jab that was theatrical at best, but whatever. So definitely said that his jabs were more than an attempt to discredit Buzbee and to piss him off. A clash of egos, if you will. Which, if this was a rap battle, it makes total sense. But this is a trial attorney. So it's like, what do you mean? What exactly are you trying to do here? Definitely. They also said that the lawsuit is an opportunistic. I'm sorry, that word always gets me. Questioning his credibility and implying his motives are suspect. And then challenging the accuser and the credibility of the said person that is suing them, right? Humanizing himself by mentioning his children and his wife. Definitely a play for sympathy, shifting the focus from himself to his family. And that's exactly how people responded when Blue Ivy was, that's her name, right? When she was on the carpet for the Lion King production. Most people were like, oh, we feel bad for her. We feel bad. Oh, they showed up. Like, it was a lot of sympathy displayed. It said playing the victim. Jay-Z positions himself as a real victim in his statement, attempting to separate himself from the typical celebrity stereotype by emphasizing his roots. He describes himself as a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn, adding, "We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes of honor." At 56 years old, with a net worth of 2.5 billion, those lines feel out of sync with reality. Still, they're clearly meant to evoke a scrappy street smart beginning. Only your net. This is the one that got me, and that's why I was like, oh, so if you believe it, then you immediately become an idiot, which is manipulative. Only your network of conspiracy theories and fake physics, which should have been psychics, by the way, which is weird. But maybe there's a psychic that's saying something. I could be out the loop. Maybe there's a very popular psychic that is saying something that was it? Her name was Sloan Bella, I think, or someone. Anyway, will believe the idiotic claims that you've levied against me. It comes off as both cryptic and strange. I agree. He's claiming victimhood, yet also flexing that old school toughness. He wants respect, empathy, and to be seen as misunderstood. At the same time, it might serve a warning to attorneys Buzbee and Maureen Comey, who recently joined the prosecutorial team in the Combs case. Oh, that's the newest one. To think twice before challenging him. It's a threat. It's absolutely a threat. It's messy and contradictory, but if you look beyond the confusion, the message is clear. Jay-Z is putting certain people on notice, and that's exactly what I got. I got like, your number's up, bro. Okay, this is, well, maybe they aren't so one-sided. It says the statement of Jay-Z is anything but subtle. Instead of sticking to a careful, polished narrative, he's rolling out a hodgepodge of tough talk, personal history, and brand cloud, all smashed together to force a shift in the conversation. There's no tidy message here, just a jumble of strategies to see what gains traction. In the end, he decided his only option was to come out swinging, putting out every ounce of the Jay-Z brand behind this message. It's a mixed bag, kitchen sink approach, and one thing is clear, Jay-Z is not admitting anything and he's ready for a fight. I was listening to like Steve Harvey in the morning, like the day after that, and Steve Harvey went on a rant, a short one though, about how like, yeah, if it was a criminal situation, then why are they not trying this in criminal court? And it's just like him dropping that one thing has sent so many people in a tizzy, because this happened 24 years ago. Y'all don't know how the statute of limitations work. So it's like people are getting stuck on that. Well, yeah, well, if it's, if they're going civil and they're not going criminal, then that must be like the break in the matrix. It's like, that's not how crimes work. You can't really try all crimes in all places if they've happened years and years ago. In New York, things have changed. If this happened after 2006, I believe, then they could, but this happened in 2000. So yeah, the door doesn't stay open on crimes. There is a statute of limitations. It's a very simple concept, and I think that Jay-Z knows that. I mean, he's a street guy, right? Street guys know how those things work, but he knew that most people wouldn't. And so, in terms of like planting doubt, he did a good job. He did. And my thoughts are, even though I don't have a dog in this fight, I truly don't. I truly don't. I don't know what's going on. And I put that on everything. I do feel like there has to be some evidence. I don't believe that it is just, an accusation, a shakedown. He's a trial attorney. I feel like there's some kind of evidence. There's something to it. What could it be? I don't know. But there's something. I have a feeling that there's something, and that this is just his style of just kind of like taking the paintbrush and starting priming the canvas, building up the background. I think we're going to see more. It's just a confidence level to me. It seems like there's going to be a lot more revealed, along with the other identity of the identity of the other celebrity that was in the room. Yeah, it sucks though. This stuff is not easy to talk about, nor is it fun to talk about. It really isn't. I know some people are like totally elated when they talk about this stuff. I think it's disgusting. But yeah, these are the guys that, well, this one white dude with the glasses on is the one that showed up at Samson's place, and he confirmed it earlier today. So wonder what's gonna happen next. They need to shake it up. Y'all need to rotate these guys in and out. You can't have the same dude showing up at people's door. Because at this point, anyone that's associated with Tony Buzbee or this case, you might as well just send out a poster and say, if you see this guy, do not talk to him. You know what I mean? Like, if you see this fool, like, just know it's going to be a nonsensical conversation, and record it or get out of there. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to see what people said in the comments. We call those crash dummies? Well, that's not nice. They pay people to comment. Really? No. Let me look on my phone. That's Sam's post. Let me pull it up. It's easier to see it on my phone. Looks like the goon that came after me. Yep. Oh, wow. Looks like the goon that came after me when I went public about the Trump Epstein Maxwell party I was brought to shortly after 9/11 by an attacker that targeted me in a hospital in PB. I went in as a patient and reported these people. Okay, girl, I don't know. That's a lot. They're posting gifs of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Scum. Jay-Z knows he's next, right behind Diddy. I'm here for it. Same guys that visited the influencer from TikTok. Real funny. And some other things I'm not gonna say out loud. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. Absolutely crazy. I will see you guys a little bit later, and we'll go over some other stuff. I have some other interesting news, and we have a review of Jamie Foxx's most recent, I won't even call it a comedy show. It's more of a production. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it's pretty interesting. But definitely, if you were expecting stand-up, this is not stand-up. It's not. It's an experience. But I enjoyed watching it, and I'm going to enjoy sharing my feedback with you even more. Peace out.